Hello, 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 and welcome or welcome back to Grown and Chic. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. We love having you here. Grown and Chic is a community where we talk about all things smelly goods, body butters, body oils, and of course, perfume. So if that's what you're looking for, please subscribe, hit the notification bell so you'll be the first to know whenever we drop a brand new video. We try to drop videos on Wednesdays and on Saturdays. Keyword try. There are times when life is lifing and I don't get to make 2 videos a week, but I really try. And on all my other platforms, on Instagram and on TikTok, I post every single day. So please follow me on all platforms. I'm trying to build my watch hours here. Go ahead and binge watch my videos. I would sincerely appreciate it. Today, I am talking about top 10 of my 10 out of 10 fragrances in my collection. So I'm going to show you fragrances that I consider them to be 10 out of 10. And for them to fall under that category, it has to perform well. It has to have a good scent profile. It has to have projection. It has to have longevity. All of those things put together. Not something that has one but doesn't really have the other, or something that it just has to have a good team of everything on 10. Okay, 10 across boards. So I am not ranking these, because if I was ranking it, my mental health will not be good by the end of this video. I'm not ranking anything. I am just talking to you about the fragrances, about my relationship with the fragrances, and why I consider them to be 10 out of 10s. Let's go. Number 1 would be Existence by Amouage. I consider this to be a 10 out of 10 because, first of all, the scent profile. This is considered to be a fresh fragrance, but it's a fresh fragrance with a lot of character. It has Lily of the Valley. It has frankincense in it, which just gives it, it makes it very different. So this is a soapy fragrance, but it is different from any other soapy fragrance in the market. This is so well done. It is so loud. It is 12 hours on skin. And another thing that I love about this fragrance is when you have smelled so many fragrances, one ultimately reminds you of another. Before this one was made, there was nothing in the market that reminded me of this one. This was the first of its kind. This was just beautifully done, very memorable, conversation starter kind of fragrance. People would remember you for this. People would ask you what you're wearing for this. If you're going to be out for a long time, this can definitely take you out all day. It is just a 10 out of 10 fragrance because it checks all of the boxes. The second 10 out of 10 fragrance to me is one by Samir Gray. Now, this is not a groundbreaking fragrance, but there's something about this fragrance that evokes comfort to me. There's something about this fragrance that just feels like therapeutic to me. It calms me down. It makes me happy. When I am sad, I want to wear this. When I am happy, I want to wear this. I literally want all of my great scent memories to be tied to a fragrance like this. So this has vanilla, it has a pear note, but it's a very juicy pear, and it also has almond to it. If you guys have been here long enough, you know that I love the note of almond. Something about fragrances that have almond in it just calms me down. I don't know how else to explain it, but the almond note has a way of just recentering me, of just healing whatever thing I'm going through in that season. So one by Samir Gray is such a beautiful fragrance. It gives me about 8 hours on skin. The projection is not huge, but when people come close to you, they literally want to stay in that hug because you smell like comfort. You smell like comfort. There's no other way I can describe this. And it's so amazing that the owner of this brand, Carl Spence, said when he was creating this particular perfume, it was an ode to his mother. He was mourning the loss of his mom, and he wanted to create something that would help him heal through that season. And this has definitely captured that for me. It definitely captures healing. It definitely captures comfort. It definitely captures the love of a mother to a son. So this is absolutely gorgeous. 10 out of 10 in my book. The third one on this lineup will be my ultimate vanilla. It is Indol Tehota. This, again, is not a groundbreaking fragrance. This is a plain vanilla. This is vanilla with no added preservatives. This is just vanilla. And so if you want a plain, sweet, musky vanilla, this would be your girl. The projection and sillage is huge. It gives me about 8 hours on skin. But the reason why I really love this fragrance is you can layer it with just about anything. You can add just about anything to this fragrance and it gets along with everybody. It gets along with anybody in the streets. And I love this for her. I usually, for a very long time, this was my bedtime scent. I wore this to bed every time. I wore this to bed for like 4 years every night. This is my most repurchased fragrance in my entire collection, and I absolutely love her. She is like the grandest of them all. One of my favorite vanillas in my collection. The next one is Vanilla Powder Extrait. This is vanilla. This is tonka bean. It has that Palo Santo. This is such a sophisticated fragrance. It's an extrait de parfum, so the longevity is like 12 hours on skin. The projection is huge, but not as big as the OG. The OG's projection is wild behavior, but this one does have good projection, and it also does have good performance. This to me is well dressed, and this is to me is not even well dressed wearing a ball gown. This is well dressed wearing a power suit. If I'm wearing a pantsuit, this is what I want to smell like. If a man is wearing a dark colored suit going to a formal event, if you put this on him, so this is perfectly unisex, by the way. A man and woman can rock this really easily. I love this vanilla. I love the fact that all of the issues that I have, because I have the eau de parfum and the extrait de parfum, all of the issues that I had with the eau de parfum, that screechy musk, that very dry coconutty vanilla in that one, they fixed the problem with this one, and they made it creamier, and they made it more grounded. They made it more sexy. I absolutely adore this fragrance. And so this is Vanilla Powder by Matière Première. The next one for me would be French Defense by Mind Games. This was my breakthrough cherry fragrance. I have been a hater of cherry for a very, very long time. I smelled Lost Cherry by Tom Ford, and that is the first ever fragrance that I literally scrubbed off my skin, because I was like, what in the entire world is going on? I could not stand that fragrance. And so for that reason, I stopped sampling cherry fragrances, because I was like, if that's what cherry is giving, that ain't what I want to smell like. So I stopped. And one of my mutuals sent me a sample of French Defense, and I fell in love with it before I found that it had a cherry. I fell in love with the fragrance, and then I went to Fragrantica to research the notes, and then I saw cherry, and I was like, what is going on? Why am I this head over heels with a cherry fragrance? I was confused for a minute, but this is such a dark, deep, sexy cherry. This cherry is fully ripened, so it doesn't have any tartness to it. It is just deep, it is dark, it is decadent, it is sexy. This is my favorite cherry. It's a 10 out of 10. The longevity, the projection and longevity, 8 hours of longevity and, you know, moderate projection, which to me is enough. So 10 out of 10 across the board. Now, if you know me, you know that I'm a lover of tuberose, but most of my tuberose fragrances in my collection remind me of one another. But this was the first tuberose that when I smelled it, I was like, oh yeah, this is different. This is different, and I like it. It is Tuberose Astral by Maison Crivelli. This has tuberose, but it also has leather, and so it makes the two, and some cinnamon to it. It makes the tuberose very, very sexy. If you been here long enough, again, you will know that my kind of sexy is dark sexy. This one definitely checks all the boxes. This one, you don't need more than 4 sprays of Tuberose Astral. The performance of this fragrance, it is at least 14 hours on skin. This is how good this is. I would wear this with a vanilla body butter to tone down the I don't want to call it harshness, but the edginess of the leather, because the leather is very edgy. It's like a brand new Mercedes car, the leather inside a brand new Mercedes car. This is what this is giving. It is very edgy, and then that tuberose adds some softness to it. So the juxtaposition of that edgy leather and that creamy tuberose just makes this fragrance so beautiful. And then the cinnamon adds some spice to it. So it's a spicy, edgy kind of girl, the kind of sexy that is just like, okay, I see you. This is a 10 out of 10 fragrance for me. I absolutely love it. When it comes to designer lines, people always underestimate them, but the house of Maison Lancôme, they have some bangers. And this is my favorite in that line. It's a 10 out of 10 across board. This is Oud Bouquet by Maison Lancôme. This is a rose oud. It is to me a red rose that is fully in bloom. It is like a luscious rose. It almost looks velvety when you look at the rose. And then the oud is so creamy at the base, and then it has some vanilla. This is absolute sexy in a bottle. I have had this bottle for so long. I am actually afraid to use this. If you see how deep and dark the color of my juice is at this time, I don't put more than 4 sprays of this. And then when I layer this with Delina Exclusive, I'm a wild girl in the streets, because both of them have vanilla, both of them have oud, and both of them have rose. And so it's such a sexy combo. But this by itself is definitely a 10 out of 10. This is absolutely gorgeous. For this to have come from a designer line, y'all, this is 10 hours on skin, longevity, projection. Everybody can smell you, but everybody can appreciate how good you smell. This is different. Such a beautiful rose oud. If you haven't tried this yet, go ahead and try it. I know that Maison Lancôme has reformulated this fragrance, which is so heartbreaking to me. So I'm actually looking to get this version as a backup bottle, because when they run out of this version, I don't think I like the new version. But this is a problem. The next one for me will be Vanitas by Parfums Roma. So in the vein of the Yum Bougie marshmallows, when marshmallow was out, like was very popular at that time, marshmallow and cotton candy. This one has cotton candy. This is cotton candy and vanilla. This fragrance smells so good. This, because when somebody says cotton candy, somebody will think that is a very younger smelling fragrance. This doesn't smell young at all. This smells just age appropriate for a woman that is fully ripened, right? This is such a sexy fragrance. Now, the performance on this fragrance, first of all, Parfums Roma fragrances perform outstandingly well. This one, 16 hours later, you feel like you just put it on your skin. That's how well this thing performs. It smells so good. It is memorable. I haven't smelled anything in the market that smells like this. This is definitely a 10 out of 10. Very dressed up, but you can also dress her down. This is also a vanilla that is all year. You can wear her all year. So if you're looking for a signature scent when you want just one bottle of perfume, Vanitas by Parfums Roma can definitely be that girl for your special occasions. I don't think this will be appropriate for work, not because it smells bad, but because it's too loud. Okay, it is too loud. Unless you're the boss of that job and the paychecks has your signature on it, this will not be appropriate for work. But this to me is a fantastic vanilla. I have 2 more. The next one is Bal d'Afrique by Byredo. In the category of freshies, this is one of my favorites. If you're looking for something, I'm going to put this on. If you're looking for something to wear and go to work that is just easy to understand, that is it's inoffensive, that you can wear every day, it is effortless, it is clean, it is sexy, Bal d'Afrique by Byredo. I love this fragrance, and the performance is good. It gives me about 8 hours on skin, which is a full shift, by the way. And if I add some on clothes, I can go like 10 hours with it. Again, it doesn't push off too much from your skin, so a lot of people cannot smell you. It's inoffensive, but when they come close to you, it smells like you took an everything shower. It smells like you exfoliated and took a shower with some very good bath soap. That's how clean you smell. I absolutely adore this. Definitely a 10 out of 10. My final 10 out of 10 fragrance in this lineup would be Oud Jaune Intense by Fragrance du Bois. Now, I have owned this bottle since 2021. Do you see the color of the juice? Because I'm sure somebody will see this juice and be like, oh my God, Adisha, my body doesn't look like that. Yeah, because I've been nursing her. And when I have actually bought decants of this, not because I don't own the fragrance, but because I don't want to use this version of it. This is deep, creamy, tropical florals. It's like you're on vacation somewhere in a place like Bali, and then you step out of your room and there's a field of tropical flowers before you. The ylang ylang, the tiare flower, the sunflower. All of these flowers are not in here, but that's the vibe that it's giving. It's giving somebody takes an eat, pray, love vacation to Bali, and you're sitting by yourself by a pool, and the sun is over you, and your body is lathered with some good oils, and you're just sitting there. This is what this woman smells like. It is giving the woman who doesn't have a bank account limit, okay? This is what this woman smells like. This is absolutely glorious for the summer. If you want to smell goods, you want to be remembered as that girl, Oud Jaune Intense will be your scent. Absolutely gorgeous. To me, this is one of the best creations of Fragrance du Bois. I don't think Fragrance du Bois has done anything that comes close to this to me. absolutely gorgeous. So here are 10 of my 10 out of 10 fragrances in my collection in the comment section down below. Put the fragrances in your collection that you consider to be 10 out of 10, and please tell me why you think they're 10 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you made it this far in the video, in the comment section, drop a heart emoji, a red heart emoji, for me to know that you made it this far in this video. I love you so much for watching. Thank you for always coming back, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bisous, and have a fantastic day.